My beloved child, you feel it, don't you? That quiet pressure in your chest, that sense that something is shifting, and you don't yet have language for it. I am speaking to you in a moment that looks ordinary on the outside but is loaded with weight on the inside. You did not arrive here by accident. You were guided here on purpose, because 5 seconds can change direction, identity, and destiny when I am involved. And you are closer than you realize. I know how fast your world moves. I know how quickly you scroll, how easily moments slip away. But hear me now, this moment is different. I am not rushing you, yet I am urging you. There are doors that only open when you choose to stay instead of move on. There are truths that only surface when you resist the urge to look away. I am inviting you into one of those truths right now. You have been asking quiet questions, some out loud, some only in your thoughts. Why does it feel like I'm on the edge of something? Why do I feel restless even when things look fine? That restlessness is not confusion. It is recognition. Something inside you remembers that you were made for more than survival, more than routine, more than just getting through another day. You were made to awaken. I need you to understand this clearly. What you are sensing is not pressure from the world. It is alignment with me. When alignment begins, discomfort often follows, because what no longer fits starts to loosen its grip. I am not taking things from you to punish you. I am clearing space to reveal what has been hidden. And yes, something huge is waiting for you, but only if you remain present long enough to receive it. Don't skip this. I am speaking to the version of you that doubts your own importance. I see how often you minimize yourself, how you tell yourself others are more qualified, more chosen, more ready. That lie has kept you small for too long. I did not design you to blend into the background of your own life. I designed you to carry something specific, something only you can carry in the way you carry it. You may think this is just another message, another voice, another moment that will fade. But I am telling you now, what I am unfolding will connect dots from your past, clarify tension in your present, and quietly prepare you for what is approaching faster than you expect. This is why your spirit feels alert. This is why your attention is being tested. Stay till the end. There are revelations I only release when I know your heart is ready to hold them without fear. You are closer to that readiness than you believe. The reason this feels urgent is because timing matters. The reason this feels heavy is because truth carries weight. And the reason you are still here is because something in you knows this is not random. Breathe. Stay with me. What comes next will not just inform you. It will reposition you. There is something I have not told you yet, and it is the reason your heart has been unsettled even in moments of quiet. You thought the tension you feel is uncertainty, but it is actually preparation. I am drawing your attention because what is coming cannot meet you while you are distracted. I am training your focus before I reveal the weight of what I have placed inside you. You have lived longer than you admit in between choices, half believing, half waiting. You trusted me, yet you kept one foot braced, ready to pull back if it cost you too much. I am not condemning you for that. I am acknowledging it. Because today, I am asking you to notice how much courage it took just to stay this far. You did not quit when it was easier to disappear. You did not harden your heart when disappointment knocked again. That endurance was not accidental. I was shaping something in you while you thought you were merely surviving. Listen closely now. The reason certain paths close without explanation is because they would have limited you to a smaller version of yourself. I refuse to let you settle for rooms that could not hold who you are becoming. I know you questioned me during those seasons. I know you wondered if you were being overlooked. But I was protecting you from arriving too early to places that would have drained you instead of revealed you. This is where it deepens. What you are about to step into will require clarity, not noise. Authority, not approval. Identity, not performance. That is why I slowed you down. That is why I stripped distractions you begged me to keep. You thought I was delaying your breakthrough, but I was strengthening your foundation so it would not collapse under the weight of it. Don't skip this moment. I need you to hear me without filtering my words through fear. The next shift in your life will not announce itself with chaos. It will come with an internal knowing so strong that hesitation will no longer feel safe. When that moment arrives, you will remember this conversation. You will recognize that I warned you gently before I move you boldly. You have underestimated how closely I have been watching. Every quiet decision, every unseen act of obedience, every time you chose integrity when no one would have known if you hadn't. These were not small things to me. They were confirmations. And now, something huge is waiting for you on the other side of consistency. Stay till the end, because I am not finished unveiling this. What comes next will confront how you see yourself. You will realize that the voice you thought was doubt was often discernment trying to get your attention. You will see that the resistance you felt was not opposition. It was confirmation that you were approaching something meaningful. I am about to call you to move differently, speak differently, and trust me at a depth you have not practiced before. This is not about doing more. It is about standing fully in who you already are. The moment you stop shrinking to fit expectations is the moment doors begin to recognize you. Remain here with me. The unfolding has already begun. You are standing at a threshold you cannot yet see, but your spirit already recognizes it. That is why your patience has been tested more sharply lately. That is why familiar things feel strangely hollow. I am not allowing you to be comforted by what no longer matches your calling. I am pressing gently but firmly, because comfort would delay you, and delay is no longer mercy. I want you to hear this without fear. The next season will demand honesty from you before it demands action. You will not be able to carry masks forward. What worked when you were smaller will not sustain you where I am leading you. This is not loss. This is promotion of the soul. I am asking you to let go of pretending you are fine with less than you were created for. You have been stronger than you know, but strength without direction becomes exhaustion. That is why I am reorienting you now. I am teaching you how to rest without quitting, how to wait without shrinking, how to trust without needing proof first. These are not lessons everyone learns. These are preparations reserved for those who are meant to carry weight without breaking. There is something crucial I need you to understand. The delay you resented protected the timing of your revelation. If I had revealed everything earlier, you would have tried to manage it instead of becoming it. I was not hiding truth from you. I was growing you into someone who could hold it without fear. That growth was happening even when nothing seemed to move. Don't skip this. What I am saying now will anchor you when the shift begins. The moment ahead will feel sudden to others, but it will feel familiar to you, like déjà vu of the spirit. You will realize I have been rehearsing your heart quietly, long before circumstances caught up. That is how I work. I prepare you privately, then reveal you publicly. You may think you are behind, but you are not late. You are aligned. And alignment feels slower than panic, but it moves with precision. I am not rushing you because what is coming will require steadiness, not speed. The reason your discernment has sharpened is because you are about to be trusted with decisions that ripple beyond you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not just an opportunity, it is a responsibility. Blessings are easy to desire, but responsibility is what qualifies you to keep them. I am shaping your character to match what I am releasing. That is love, not restraint. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because the next realization will change how you see your past. You will stop calling it wasted time. You will stop calling it failure. You will recognize it as training. Every closed door refine your hearing. Every disappointment strengthen your backbone. Every lonely stretch taught you how to stand without applause. Soon, you will be asked to move when it no longer feels safe to hesitate. And when that moment arrives, you will not need external validation. You will move because my voice will be clearer than your fear. That clarity is already forming in you now. Remain attentive. Remain open. What I am building in you is already ahead of where you stand, and it is calling you forward. I need you to recognize what is happening inside you right now. The quiet alertness you feel is not anxiety, it is awakening. Something in you is standing up, stretching, remembering who it is. That is not coincidence. That is my voice aligning your inner world before your outer world changes. I always begin within you, because what changes on the outside without transformation on the inside never lasts. You have reached a point where excuses no longer comfort you. You can feel it. The stories you once told yourself to feel safe are starting to sound hollow. That is not guilt. That is growth. I am removing your tolerance for small thinking because where I am taking you, small thinking would become a cage. You cannot carry what is coming while still negotiating with fear. Let me tell you something few hear clearly. You are not just being prepared to receive something. You are being prepared to become someone. Becoming always comes before receiving. If I handed you what is next without this inner shift, it would either overwhelm you or you would sabotage it without realizing why. I love you too much to rush you past readiness. You have been wondering why your discernment has sharpened, why you suddenly see through things that once confused you. This is not arrogance. This is maturity. I am teaching you to trust the quiet knowing I placed inside you. Soon, you will not need to ask everyone else what to do. You will know. And that knowing will carry responsibility. That is why this moment matters so deeply. Don't skip this. I am speaking directly to the version of you that has felt unseen. There is a moment ahead where recognition will come, not from applause, but from alignment. Things will begin to respond to you differently. Conversations will shift. Opportunities will surface that require decisiveness. When that happens, you must remember this. Hesitation will feel heavier than movement. That is how you will know it is time. Something huge is waiting for you, but it is not flashy in the way you expect. It will arrive with clarity, not noise. With conviction, not chaos. With peace, even though it will stretch you. That peace will not come from certainty, it will come from trust. And trust is what we have been building together all along. You have survived seasons that would have hardened others. Instead, you stayed tender. That tenderness is not weakness. It is strength refined by fire. I am about to show you how powerful a steady heart can be in a world that rushes without wisdom. You will influence more than you realize simply by standing firm in who you are becoming. Stay till the end of this unfolding. I am not finished shaping how you see yourself. Very soon, you will look back and realize the hardest part was not waiting. It was believing you were worthy of what I promised. A belief is settling into you now. Quietly. Deeply. Permanently. When the moment comes, and it will come, you will act without panic. You will choose without scrambling. You will speak without shrinking. And afterward, you will understand why every delay, every refinement, every internal shift was necessary. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was late. Remain still enough to hear me. Remain brave enough to respond when I call. What is ahead will not require you to become someone else. It will require you to fully step into who you already are. And I will be with you, just as I have been all along, guiding you forward with precision, purpose, and love that does not fail. Now listen carefully, because what I am about to show you changes how you move from this point forward. You are not waiting for permission anymore. That season has ended. The subtle shift you felt is me withdrawing the training wheels. I am not stepping away. I am trusting you. And trust from me is never casual. It is always intentional. You have spent years thinking readiness would feel like confidence without tremble. But readiness actually feels like resolve that stands even when your hands shake. That is where you are now. You no longer need every variable explained. You no longer need guarantees to obey. You are beginning to move from knowing about me to knowing me, and that changes how you walk into uncertainty. There is a moment approaching where you will be tempted to delay one last time. Not because you don't believe, but because you will suddenly realize the weight of what is opening. That hesitation will whisper, "Wait until you feel more prepared." But hear me. If you wait for comfort, you will miss alignment. Obedience is rarely loud, but it is always precise. Don't skip this. I need this truth anchored in you. The opportunity ahead will look ordinary to those who don't see with spiritual eyes. They will not understand why you move when you do. They will not feel the urgency you feel. That's because the invitation is not for everyone. It is for you. And when I invite, I also quip. You have mistaken humility for hiding. True humility does not shrink back from responsibility. It steps forward without pride. I am not asking you to announce yourself. I am asking you to show up fully. The authority you carry will speak before your words do. And the peace you walk in will unsettle environments that thrive on fear. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will require you to choose alignment over approval. Some will applaud you later who question you now. Others may never understand at all. That is not your burden. Your responsibility is not to be understood. It is to be faithful. I will handle the rest. Stay till the end, because this is where it becomes real. The next steps will not be dramatic, but they will be decisive. Small actions, clear boundaries, quiet courage. You will begin to notice that doors open when you stop forcing them. That is not coincidence. That is favor responding to obedience. I am not calling you to rush. I am calling you to move with intention. Every time you choose truth over comfort, you reinforce the foundation we've been building. Every time you act without needing applause, you strengthen your spiritual authority. This is how you grow into what I have already spoken over you. Soon, you will realize the waiting was not empty. It was instructive. The silence was not absence. It was intimacy. And this very moment, right now, is a hinge point. What you do with what you've heard will shape what unfolds next. Remain aware. Remain willing. I am closer than you think, and what I am leading you into will not break you. It will reveal you. My beloved child, you felt it when I said the waiting has ended. This is one of those moments where movement matters. You have whispered, "Use me, Lord," and I am answering you now by inviting you to take part in a harvest that reaches souls you may never meet on earth, but will recognize in eternity. When you give through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, or PayPal, the PayPal link is waiting for you in the video description. You are pouring oil into a fire I have already lit. This is not a transaction. This is a prophetic response, a seed released into good soil, where I promise rivers will flow back to you pressed down and overflowing. As it is written, give, and it will be given to you, not as a theory, but as a living word activated by your obedience. What you sow in these seconds multiplies my voice across nations and generations. I bless your hands, your household, and your future for this act of faith. Now move. Give boldly, give joyfully, and step into this moment I have prepared for you. There is a clarity settling over you now, and it is different from excitement. It is steadier, quieter, stronger. This is the clarity that comes when truth finally outweighs fear. You are beginning to see that what you once called uncertainty was actually discernment waiting for courage to catch up. And now, courage is rising. I want you to notice how your reactions are changing. Things that once pulled you into emotional spirals no longer have the same grip. Conversations that once confused you now feel transparent. This is not because the world has changed. It is because you have. Your vision is sharpening, and with clearer vision comes greater responsibility. That is why this moment feels serious, sacred, weighty. You are stepping into a phase where excuses will sound louder than truth if you let them. That is why I am speaking firmly now, not hardly firmly. You have reached a level where delay becomes disobedience disguised as caution. I am not rushing you, but I am calling you forward. There is a difference. Learn to recognize it. Don't skip this. I am revealing something many never realize. Fear often shows up right before alignment, wearing the mask of logic. It will tell you to wait, to reconsider, to gather more information. But you already know enough. The hesitation you feel now is not wisdom. It is the final resistance of an old mindset that knows its time is ending. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is directly connected to your willingness to act before everything feels safe. Faith is not reckless, but it is decisive. It does not demand guarantees. It trusts the one who calls. I am asking you to trust me at a depth that moves beyond understanding and into obedience. You have been protected more than you realize. Even in moments when you thought you were exposed, I was guarding what mattered most: your heart, your calling, your integrity. Now I am shifting from protection to positioning. The transition feels uncomfortable because it requires visibility. You cannot remain hidden and fulfill what I placed inside you. Stay till the end of this unveiling, because the next realization will confront how you define strength. Strength is not the absence of fear, it is movement in spite of it. Strength is choosing truth when comfort offers an easier path. Strength is standing firm without needing to explain yourself to everyone who questions your direction. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for the version of you that can now carry what is next without losing yourself. That timing is intentional. I never rush growth. I never waste seasons. Everything you endured refined your discernment so you could walk into this moment with clarity instead of confusion. Very soon, you will be faced with a simple choice that carries profound weight. It will not look dramatic. Others may overlook it, but you will feel it in your spirit. When that moment comes, do not overthink it. Respond. That response will unlock momentum you have been praying for without realizing it. I am not asking you to become louder. I am asking you to become truer. The authority you are stepping into does not come from volume. It comes from alignment. And alignment will begin to attract what effort never could. Remain present. Remain courageous. What is unfolding now is not the end of the message. It is the beginning of your movement. I am with you, watching, guiding, strengthening you as you step forward, not blindly, but boldly, with a heart anchored in truth and a future opening before you. I am drawing your attention to something subtle now, something easily missed if you rush past it. The calm you are feeling is not the absence of challenge, it is the presence of alignment. When you walk in step with me, chaos no longer dictates your pace. That steadiness you sense is a sign that you are no longer reacting, you are responding. And that changes everything. You are entering a season where your inner life will lead your outer life. No more chasing validation. No more measuring your worth by outcomes you cannot control. I am teaching you how to move from a place of conviction rather than emotion. This is how you remain unshaken when circumstances fluctuate. This is how you become consistent in a world that is constantly shifting. There is a reason your appetite for shallow things has diminished. You can no longer be satisfied by noise, by surface-level reassurance, by temporary distractions. I am refining your desires because desire directs destiny. What you hunger for determines where you will go. And now, your hunger is changing. Don't skip this. I need you to understand that the pressure you feel is not meant to crush you. It is meant to clarify you. Pressure reveals what is real. It exposes what is stable and what must be released. I am allowing this moment because clarity is more valuable than comfort. Once you see clearly, you cannot return to pretending you don't know. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will require emotional maturity more than talent. You already have the ability. What you are growing into now is the capacity to steward it wisely. Influence without maturity destroys. Opportunity without grounding overwhelms. That is why I have been patient with you. That patience was intentional. You may notice that some connections no longer resonate. This is not bitterness. This is discernment. I am not calling you to isolate yourself, but I am calling you to be intentional. Where you are going, not everyone can follow, not because they are bad, but because they are not assigned to that chapter. Releasing does not always mean rejection. Sometimes it means recognition. Stay till the end, because this is where trust deepens. You are learning that obedience is not about understanding the whole path. It is about taking the next faithful step. Light is given as you move, not before. And you are moving now, even if it feels slow. Progress measured by faith looks different than progress measured by speed. I want you to stop doubting the growth that has already occurred. You are not the same person who began this journey. Your responses are wise. Your boundaries are clear. Your silence is stronger than your explanations used to be. These are signs of transformation, not stagnation. Soon, you will encounter a moment that tests your new posture. Old patterns will try to resurface. Familiar fears will knock again. But this time, you will not answer them the same way. You will recognize them for what they are, echoes of a version of you that no longer leads. Remain grounded. Remain listening. What is ahead will require discernment more than force, patience more than urgency, faith more than certainty. And you are being equipped for all of it, right now, in ways you cannot yet fully see. I am closer than your breath. I am guiding each step, not loudly, but faithfully. And as you continue forward, you will begin to realize that what once felt like waiting was actually becoming. There is a narrowing happening now, and I need you to understand it correctly. Your focus is becoming sharper, not smaller. I am not limiting you. I am refining you. When a path narrows, it is because precision matters. What you are approaching cannot be entered casually. It requires intention, awareness, and a heart that listens before it moves. You may feel as if options are fading, as if certain alternatives no longer appeal to you the way they once did. That is not loss. That is discernment taking the lead. I am teaching you to recognize what aligns with your assignment and what merely entertains your comfort. You no longer have the luxury of confusing the two. This is the moment where many turn back, not because the calling disappears, but because clarity removes excuses. When you know you are responsible, and responsibility can feel heavy to a heart that has grown used to drifting. But you are no longer drifting. You are choosing, and that choice carries authority. Don't skip this. I am about to tell you something that will steady you when emotions fluctuate. Alignment does not always feel affirming. Sometimes it feels lonely. Sometimes it feels misunderstood. But it always feels anchored. You will notice that even when things challenge you, they no longer destabilize you. That is because you are rooted now in truth, not approval. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is directly connected to your willingness to stay anchored when affirmation is delayed. I am building endurance into you, not just physical or emotional endurance, but spiritual endurance. The kind that does not collapse under pressure or inflate under praise. That endurance will carry you further than talent ever could. You are stepping into a season where your words will carry more weight. Not because you speak more, but because you speak from alignment. That means you must guard your heart carefully. What you allow to influence you now will shape what flows through you later. Be selective. Be intentional. Be honest with yourself about what strengthens you and what drains you. Stay till the end of this unfolding, because I am showing you how to walk without constantly looking back. The past no longer needs your explanation. It has already done its work. You are not required to defend the growth I have accomplished in you. Let your fruit speak. Let your peace answer questions you no longer need to engage. There will be moments ahead where silence will feel like risk, where speaking up would be easier than standing still. But I am teaching you restraint, because restraint is power under control. When you move, I want it to be undeniable, not because it is loud, but because it is timely. You have been wondering when things will make sense. Hear me. Meaning often becomes clear after obedience, not before it. Understanding follows faithfulness. That is the order. Trust it. You are not blind. You are being led. And being led requires surrender of control, not surrender of identity. Very soon, you will notice momentum returning, not rushed, not chaotic, but steady. You will feel energy where there was once fatigue. Vision where there was once fog. That is not coincidence. That is alignment bearing fruit. And when it begins, do not rush ahead of me. Walk with me. Pace matters now. Remain attentive. Remain grounded. What you are becoming is stronger than what you are leaving behind. And as this chapter continues to unfold, you will realize that the most powerful shifts were never dramatic. They were deliberate, quiet, and deeply rooted in truth. I am still here. I have not stopped speaking. And you are learning how to listen in ways that will carry you forward with clarity, courage, and a heart steady enough to hold what is coming next. I want you to notice how differently you are breathing now. Not rushed, not shallow. There is a steadiness settling into you, and that steadiness is evidence that you are no longer being driven by urgency, but by purpose. Purpose moves slower than panic, but it reaches further. And you are finally moving from that place. There is a shift happening in how you perceive time. You used to feel like you were running out of it, like you were behind some invisible schedule everyone else seemed to understand. But now, something is changing. You are beginning to sense that timing is not your enemy, it is your ally. I have not been late with you. I have been exact. I need you to hear this clearly. You are no longer preparing for what is coming. You are already inside it. The preparation phase quietly ended when you stopped asking, "Am I ready?" and started asking, Am I willing? Willingness is what opens the door readiness waits in front of. And you chose willingness, even when fear tried to negotiate with you. Don't skip this. What I am revealing now will steady you when doubts try to resurface. The reason things feel more serious is because you are being trusted with influence, first over yourself, then beyond yourself. Influence begins internally. Before others follow your voice, your thoughts must follow truth. That alignment is happening now. Something huge is waiting for you, but it will not arrive as a single moment. It will unfold through a series of quiet yeses. Yes to integrity when no one is watching. Yes to obedience when recognition is absent. Yes to movement even when comfort offers you reasons to stay still. These yeses may feel small, but together they create momentum that cannot be stopped. You may feel exposed at times, like you are standing without the old coverings you once relied on. That vulnerability is not danger, it is authenticity. What is real no longer needs armor. I am teaching you how to stand without pretending, how to walk without rehearsing, how to trust without controlling outcomes. This is freedom, even if it feels unfamiliar. Stay till the end, because this next truth is important. You are not meant to carry everything alone anymore. Not because you are weak, but because you are growing into leadership that understands shared strength. I will begin placing the right voices around you. Those who sharpen, not drain. Those who align, not distract. Be discerning, but do not be closed. Isolation is not protection. There will be moments ahead where old narratives try to reclaim you. Thoughts that say this is too much or who do you think you are? When those thoughts surface, do not argue with them. Simply keep moving. Momentum silences doubt better than reasoning ever could. Forward motion is your response now. You are learning that faith is not a feeling you wait for. It is a posture you choose. And you are choosing it again and again, even when your emotions lag behind. The choice is reshaping your inner world. Peace is becoming your default, not your reward. That is a sign of maturity. Very soon, you will look back and realize the moment you thought you were barely holding on was actually the moment you stepped into alignment. The pressure did not mean you were failing. It meant you were advancing. Growth often feels like tension before it feels like expansion. Remain attentive to the quiet confirmations, the subtle openings, the sense of rightness that comes without explanation. I am guiding you with precision now. Not loudly, not forcefully, but faithfully. You are not chasing what is next anymore. You are walking toward it, steadily, deliberately, with a heart that has been strengthened, refined, and made ready. And as you continue, you will discover that what I am leading you into will not demand you lose yourself. It will require you to finally be who you were always meant to be. Now come closer, because this is where everything settles into place. This is not a conclusion. It is a commissioning. You are not ending a journey. You are stepping into the awareness of who you have been becoming all along. What once felt distant is now within reach, not because circumstances suddenly changed, but because you did. I want you to understand this deeply. You are no longer asking me to show you the way. You are learning how to walk with me. That is a sacred shift. When you walk with me, you do not need constant reassurance. You move with quiet confidence, knowing that even uncertainty is held within my care. That is where you stand now. You have been reshaped from the inside out. Not rushed, not forced, patiently formed. The fears that once dictated your decisions no longer sit on the throne of your heart. They may still whisper, but they no longer command. I am the voice you are learning to trust above all others, and that trust will carry you through moments you have not yet imagined. Don't skip this final truth. What I have awakened in you will continue to grow if you protect it. Guard your peace. Guard your discernment. Guard your willingness to listen. The world will try to pull you back into noise, urgency, and comparison. But you know better now. You have tasted alignment, and once you taste it, nothing else satisfies the same way. Something huge has been waiting for you, and now you see it clearly. It was never just an external breakthrough. It was you. Your maturity. Your clarity. Your readiness to stand without hiding and move without striving. This is the kind of breakthrough that cannot be taken from you because it was built, not handed. Stay till the end of this moment with me. Let it seal into your spirit. You are not walking forward alone. I am before you, beside you, and within you. When decisions feel heavy, I will steady you. When the road stretches longer than expected, I will strengthen you. When success comes and tries to define you, I will remind you who you are. You no longer need to fear missing your moment. You are living in it. Every step taken in obedience is a step in the right direction. Every quiet yes has mattered. Every unseen act has been recorded. Nothing surrendered was wasted. Nothing delayed was forgotten. From this point forward, move with humility and courage. Speak with truth and grace. Act with intention, not impulse. You do not need to prove what I have already established. Let your life be the evidence. Let your peace be the testimony. Let your consistency speak louder than announcements ever could. And when doubts try to return, remember this conversation. Remember how clearly you felt me near. Remember that I do not bring you this far to abandon you now. I finish what I begin. Always. Go forward steady, not hurried. Confident, not arrogant. Open, not afraid. You are ready, not because you feel perfect, but because you trust me enough to move. I am with you. I will remain with you. And what lies ahead will reveal just how intentionally you were formed for this moment. Amen. My beloved child, heaven had been watching this moment, because clarity always invites response. You didn't arrive here by chance. This is a doorway, and generosity is the key I have placed in your hand. You've prayed, Lord, let my life matter. And I am telling you this is how your life speaks right now, by helping my word run swiftly to hearts that are hungry and waiting. When you sow through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, or PayPal, the PayPal link is in the video description. You join me in opening heavens, releasing provision, and igniting light where darkness once stood. This seed is not small, it is a spark. And I am the God who turns sparks into holy fire and harvests beyond measure. I declare favor over you, peace over your family, and increase over everything your hands touch, because generous faith never goes unnoticed by me. This is a turning point, an altar moment where love becomes action. Give now. Step forward in faith, and watch what I do next. My beloved child, before you move on, I want you to do something holy with this moment. If this message stirred you, strengthened you, or woke something up inside you, then use the hype button on this video right now. This is more than a feature. It is a declaration that this word matters, that it deserves to be lifted where other hearts can find it. When you hype this video, you are saying, this message must not be hidden. And yes, like the video too, because every act of engagement pushes this word forward, just as one act of obedience pushes destiny forward. What you do in these few seconds helps this message reach someone who is standing at their own 5-second crossroads. Now, when this video ends, do not let the moment pass in silence. I want you to comment, and declare something boldly. Write what you are stepping into. Write what you are releasing. Write what you are choosing. Declare it plainly. I am moving when God says move, or I will not hesitate anymore, or I receive this word. Your declaration seals the message, and when you speak it publicly, heaven bears witness and your faith takes form. And now hear me clearly, because this is important. If you want to continue receiving my messages that meet you right on time, words that interrupt scrolling and realign hearts, then subscribe to this channel now. This is not about notifications. This is about staying positioned where my voice continues to reach you. Every time you subscribe, you choose alignment over noise, truth over distraction, and faith over fear. Stay connected, stay receptive, and stay ready for what I will speak next.